Quilters are a generous bunch that will make a quilt to mark an event, to soothe an illness, to express art. We come together as a community in times of need, always looking for a reason to give a gift of warmth. Quilters are not sewers, we are creators. We are givers and even artists. We love the process, the legacy, and the accomplishment, but mostly we love the story. Every quilt has one.
I'm Barbara Hartman, and I am a music teacher here in Ephrata, Washington, and it's been really tough not being able to be creative during our COVID outbreak. So quilting has brought a lot of therapy to me. I've made a couple dozen quilts. I've lost track, but it all started when I wanted to make a quilt for my daughter for her 16th birthday. My husband and I have a blended family of 8 kids, so I've been making a lot more quilts. But after my dad passed, I took it a lot more personally to take pieces of his clothing and decide to make quilts for my brothers and my sister and my children and nieces and nephews, so that they will have a piece of my dad, their grandpa, with them. And with that in mind, I made this quilt for my brother Mike. My brother Mike is, there's 5 kids in the family. He's the second, I'm the fourth. And he had been in the military for 20 plus years and retired just a couple years ago. So this quilt is really to honor him for his service, but also to give him a piece of our dad. So let me show you a few of the really cool parts of this quilt. So on here, this pattern was actually one of Cindy's patterns here in the shop. I believe it's the dumpster diving, and I used the 10 Sisters grid piecing pattern to put this together because there's a lot of 2.5-inch squares put together. It would have taken forever. So being able to just cut the squares, which was long enough, and then ironing them on the grid piecing pattern really helped to get this done a lot quicker than I had imagined. On here I found a bunch of different scraps, but over here, for example, this is my dad's clothes. This is the his flannel pajama bottoms. There's also some of the white pieces or pieces of his shirts. The other things in here to kind of honor our family heritage, there are 4 generations of my family who have been in the military and been in the Army, starting with my great-grandfather during World War I. My grandfather was an Alamo Scout during World War II. My dad served during Vietnam in the Army Security Agency. And my brother Mike was also in Army Intelligence. So the flag, of course, representing our country. And then the bees and the stars, my dad and my grandfather were also both police officers. And our grandma's name was Bee. And so that helps reflect. And my dad was a beekeeper. So all these little pieces in here to kind of reflect service, family, and tradition. The back side is really cool too. So on the back of the quilt, I made a little label, but I also have the fact that my brother started off in the military as a Marine and then transferred over to the Army and finished his career that way. So on one side of the quilt, I have the Marine Corps fabric, and on the other side is the Army. And the really cool piece that I like too is there's a big soldiers. The soldiers right here down the back of it kind of helped define his service, as well as the tours of duty that he served in the military. So that's the long and short of this quilt story. This will be going to my brother for Christmas, who is still living in Germany with his family, and I hope he gets a lot of love out of it. My favorite part about making a quilt is having something that will outlive me, having a legacy. Something that, regardless of where I am, I have put a lot of love into it, and that love will be felt by whoever is snuggling up and loving that quilt.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.